Hello, I'm Efim. I present the solution of the task made by our team from Russia, the city of Perm. The team consists of two people, Efim Artemov and Anton Svitek. First, we figured out that the goods and people that we need to make a prediction. It turned out that of them had bought the product at least 2 times before. Therefore, from the main sample, we excluded those purchases that we made only once. From those parses that we had left, we began to look for dependencies. The first thing we determined was the frequency of purchases of goods within one category by a specific person. This graph shows how often people buy products within one specific category. It turned out that with a sufficient set of data, we have a relationship between the frequency of purchases of a contained product and belonging to the category of the product. We have determined the date of the last purchase of each product. Then we determined the peak on each chart of the frequency of purchases. After then, the interval of the peak was added to the date of the last purchase and certain value was obtained expressed in the week number. If this value was in the interval at which we needed to make a prediction, then we put a number from 1 to 4, and if not, then we put 0. Then we found the dependencies between the purchases of goods and the categories of the second level. This slide shows as an illustrative example the dependence of the frequency of purchases of the specific category of the second level. We did the same steps as in the previous step. At this step, we started only from the person himself, the user of the online store. We looked at the frequency with which he buys goods in general. If he had two purchases in the entire history of operation, then we calculated the average value. If there are more than two purchases, then we were looking for a peak in the distribution of purchases of goods. And just like in previous cases, they received a content value containing which as we assumed the user would have to make the next purchase. First, we select our rows by user ID plus item ID case. Then we determine the average value of the period of purchases of goods by a certain user. Then the median value was determined. After that, we added the values found of the date of the last purchase, getting the week in the purchases showed occur. In the next step, we brought all the data into one table. Since the usual methods did not give good results, we decided to use the XGBoost library, which has the XGB classified model. We determined the size of the training sample at the level of 18%. The depth of the trees was 6, which gave the best results. Multi-classification took place with softmax function. The best result we managed to achieve is 46%. Thank you for your attention.